Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I got mine. So listen, um, you know what? All this morning, well, it wasn't a long time, but briefly, I thought today was Thursday. All day, I thought today was Thursday until I heard on the radio it was Friday, and I'm my days are thrown off. I mean, being a retired person, it's very easy to get your days mixed up anyway, especially when every day is about gardening or something like that. Speaking of which, oh my God, the thunderstorm took out my corn, y'all. Oh my God, man. This is the life of a gardener, man. You just trials and tribulations, man. Trials and tribulations took out my corn. My corn was so beautiful. It was so big. I mean, when I tell you my mouth was all set to devour some juicy corn, and the storm came by, and just like that, boom, gone. I tell you. Anyway, listen, I had my days confused, and I thought today was Thursday. And you know, it doesn't have anything to be, anything to do with being retired or being premenopausal or any of those things. It has to do with the fact that my husband's company, Corporate Greed, they are cutting everyone's hours. So instead of him having his regular 2 hours, his regular 2 days off this week, he had 3 days off this week. Yesterday was one he wasn't supposed to have yesterday off, but he did. And so, which means he's going to be off again tomorrow. And then not only that, but on the days that he is working, he's not working his full shift. And, you know, when I tell you, thank the ancestors for YouTube, because that's really the only way that we're going to make it through this time. And you know how I feel about the first. The first is coming up, and I think about all the single mothers on his job, and I ask him, I said, do you ever wonder about them? And he said, oh, all the time. He said, all the time. Because he said they do them so wrong. And you know, this is corporate greed, and let me tell you the reason why the company is doing this to them. Because the company ordered too much inventory and they have to pay for it. And the way that they're paying for the inventory that they cannot move is because discounting it is not enough. They're cutting people's hours. People that they already aren't paying enough money as it is. Thank goodness for YouTube. Listen, I went to my P.O. Box yesterday. Troy, I think the book you sent showed up. Or is this the new one? Is this the new one? Hi, Miss Will Gardner. I am donating these books to your library pantry. I hope the kids would enjoy these two books. Hope you have a wonderful day. Troy. June 11th. Yes, Troy, I think that this is the first one. It showed up. It probably came like the day, because I went to my P.O. Box last Wednesday, and it probably just showed up. Yep. I told you it would. If the one the replacement that you bought shows up, I'll just put them both in there. They'll both move, honey. Never fear. Thank you so much, my love. My husband had to go back into the P.O. Box yesterday because you all sent so much stuff. Now, this is Audrey's bundle. Audrey sent more diapers. Diapers is something that we could just always use, because you can never go wrong with diapers here. These are heavier for some reason. Oh, these are wipes. That's why. They were a lot heavier than diapers. Oh, spiral notebooks. You sent some last time too, Audrey, because I'm going to take these and I'm going to put these down into the backpacks for the kids. So thank you so much. It's less I have to buy. Plus, I have a box on hand, I think. I just need to find it. I think it's in there with the book overflow. Audrey, you showed out, didn't you? No note. No note, though. And then, hold on one sec. I have to pick this big one up. It's a big box. And it is from Carrie Smith. This is from the Smithsonian store. Is there a note? There's no note. I get it because sometimes you all send direct from, you know, the shipper because it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Why pay for shipping twice? I totally get it. But look at all the books. There are actually 3 of these. The More Beautiful and More Terrible. The Embrace and Transcendence of Racial Inequality in the United States. An important read. I see why you got 3 of them. Did you all see that video I posted, speaking of this book? Did you all see that video I posted over in the room about hair and African women? Check that video out. Look for that video. Very important. I never even knew that about white women and African women over in Africa. I never even knew that. And black teenage girls, high school girls. I never knew that. So important that we learn about, you know, the root of it all. No pun intended. I try not to burn too much time with these, but the books are just, they're so fabulous. It's hard not to. And then the pamphlet from the Smithsonian, in case you want to order. Thank you, my dear. That was lovely. That was lovely. Let me sit these books down. And then we have one more box. Okay. First off, would you look at this? Look at that. I looked at this, I said, wherever. I've never seen such a thing in my life before. Never have I seen such a thing in my life before. How stunning is that? I was immediately intrigued. Immediately I was intrigued. I've already read the card, and the card is a little lengthy, so I won't read it all, but look. This person hand makes these cards. Look at, you can tell this is catered to me. Look at, it's like the Canadian flag. It's like flowers because I'm a gardener. Caftan. Oh my goodness gracious. And coffee. Oh my goodness, is that not just fucking fabulous? That is fabulous. The creativity. And then there's the gift card. Oh my goodness, thank you, my dear heart. I did open this prior and I skimmed it. Look at the bookmarks. Oh, and on the back it's got, like, look, quotes. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Malcolm X. This is fucking fire. Oh my God. OMG. Dope as fuck. Oh my God. I know I can't go through all of them. I'm not putting these out until right before school starts. Not until right before. Should I put them in the book bags? Yay, or the backpacks? Yay or nay? What do you all think? These are so dope. I don't think I'll put them in because I want people to really look at these and really like fall in love with them like I just did, and then choose their own. So I won't put them in the bag. I'm answering my own questions lately. What is this? I am just so fascinated by this box. I can make today as amazing as I want. They're like little inspirational cards, little affirmation cards. Oh, handmade. The bookmarks, these affirmation cards, oh my goodness. Look, a whole box of them. A whole box of them. And then look, click pens. These are pens. Are these ink pens? They look like colored pencils. They're so beautiful. These are pens. I can put these in the backpacks. I can take ink pens off the list. Girl, you are fabulous for this. Oh my God. And then one of my favorite items, journals. Look, y'all. Is this one mine? I'm not going to be greedy. Oh my God. Be still my heart. I'm a journaler. I am. I always kept a diary as a kid. As a girl growing up, man, I would have to always hide my diaries because when my mom would find them, she would always confront me and question me about what she found in my diary. I remember this one time she found one of my diaries and I wrote something really nice about my 5th grade teacher. It wasn't like mean or anything, but my mother was having some mental issues, y'all. And then she took my diary and she went stomping up the street. Why walking? I don't know, because she drove, but I don't know, maybe she didn't trust herself to drive. And she was going to go up to the school and confront my teacher. I was so embarrassed, y'all. But my mom was not well during that time. I mean, she's not well generally, but she really was not well. She was going through look at that. She was going through a divorce at the time, and she had just lost her shit. She did. Oh my God. Girl, I have to sit this down because this is just the dopest box in the world. This was just everything that you have been promising for a long time it was going to be. And I am not gonna lie, I didn't think you were gonna come through. This was from one of my, let me tell you what her name is, who said that they were setting up. I'm ashamed of myself that I had my doubts. I have to find your name because I know you're. You even say here, honestly, I was not pulling anyone's leg. It just took you a minute to get started. I get it. I get it. Why can't I find where your name is? I know I'm burning up time, y'all, but here we are. Naomi, Top Shelf, VA. I'm going to say VA is Virginia. Is it? No, because this came from North Carolina. It just, top shelf will say VA. I recognize the handle. Thank you, my dear. This was the dopest box ever, girl. Dope. It was just fucking fire. Just chef's kiss. My heartfelt apologies for having doubted you and what you've been saying to me this whole time. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. That was a beautiful, beautiful box. Anyway, I know I burnt a lot of time today, y'all. I am so sorry. But when people send you things that's this dope and that's this amazing, you have to say thank you. You have to take time out, and you have to you have to say thank you. You do. You have to show gratitude. You know, what I wanted to say today, real briefly, I won't keep you too much longer, but what I wanted to say today is, listen, we are not entitled to the conversations of marginalized people. Not even as black people, because, you know, some black people do it. You know, there are a lot of people, members of the LGBTQIA community that I follow. And then I will see straight black people come in, and I will see you all center yourselves in those conversations. And it's not cool. And it's not cool to do, because one thing about a marginalized community, because black people, we are a marginalized community ourselves. And one thing that we know about being a marginalized community is that other people who hate us or who have a problem with us will come into our conversations, and they will say things that are harmful, you know, when they center. And sometimes people don't always know that what they're saying is harmful in the moment. Even when you come down into those conversations and you invite yourself into those discussions, that in and of itself is harmful, because those discussions do not belong to you, baby. They don't belong to you. And we know when white people do it to us, when we're sitting up and we're talking to each other, and then the next thing you know, I have white women always trying to get into the room. I've said it I don't know why they keep doing it. I've said it a million times that room, and that's why we have that room over on Facebook. We have it because it's black people only. Because we need a space where we can just talk to each other, where white people are not coming in being harmful. The Latinos are not coming in being harmful, telling us why we ain't out in the streets fighting for them. Where the Palestinians ain't coming in being harmful, talking shit about Kamala and other black people, you know, and how she would have bombed Iran anyway. I mean, the same as Donald Trump did. No, she wouldn't have. All those things are harmful. We have so many other, and a lot of those communities that come in and are harmful to us are also marginalized communities. It's not always the white people. Sometimes it's just the anti-black people. So listen, what I'm seeing here is, those of you all who are not a part of the black community and you listen to these conversations, I have to keep telling y'all over and over and over and over and over again, these conversations are not for you. And if you think a little bit critically, and sit back, and before you start typing, even when you think that you are an ally, you need to ask yourself, is this lady talking to me? Or because of my extreme privilege as a white person in this nation, where no space is off limits to me, do I feel entitled to her community and what's being said? Because or ask yourself, if you're another person of color, like a Latino, like a Native American, like a Palestinian, and you may count yourself as an ally to black people too, because, you know, we really all should be allies for one another, but we know that doesn't hold true, because there's a lot of anti-blackness in your communities too. And I think that some of you all feel like because you don't think the way a lot of people in your community think about black people, that somehow entitles you to our conversations and discussions. And it doesn't. Not even as a member of a marginalized group. Just because you're gay and you can relate to something that I'm saying doesn't mean that this is your discussion. Just because you are a Native American and you can relate to a little some of what I'm saying doesn't mean that this is your discussion. Gay is not black unless you're black and gay. Latino is not black. Native American is not black. Palestinian Arabs is not black. Just because you're a white woman and I'm a black woman doesn't mean that, and I say something that you can relate to, doesn't mean that this is your conversation. There are times that, yeah, I say something and it's relevant to everyone. But there are times, lots of times, because this platform centers blackness and black people, where I am talking specifically to black people. And just because you can relate to something I said doesn't mean that you can invite your way into these discussions and think that we're supposed to sit up and cater to what it is you're saying in that moment, because this platform is for black people and black people are speaking. You are not entitled to these conversations just because you can relate to a challenge or two that we might be having. And black people, the same goes for you. The same goes for you. If you're going to rest, rest. Leave them Palestinians alone. Leave them Latinos alone. Leave indigenous peoples alone. They don't really fuck with us like that neither. Worry about your own communities. You have been brainwashed into not catering to your own community, because all those other communities don't hold respect for the black community. So they don't care about us. And we're being conditioned to move along in that same way. Let us get back to caring about us. That's what these discussions are for. And if you're going to be here and you are not a member of this community, I can't make you go anywhere. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't make you go anywhere. But I ask you, respectfully, because it hurts my heart. Literally, because I think some of y'all are okay people. But I have to block you and I have to silence you because you keep barging into these discussions that don't have, with opinions about shit that doesn't have anything to do with you. We are black people trying to figure our shit out, trying to navigate our shit as best we can. You have your own communities. And no community is without its problems. You have enough to focus on. Focus on your own problems. Let marginalized communities that are facing challenges and difficulties work their shit out without you barging your way into those talks and discussions. We don't have the right to do that as black people, to gay people, Latino people, Asian people, and us as black people. The rest of you, you do not have the right to barge into these conversations. Like it's some of y'all, I could literally never shut up. And so I was forced to have to do it. Because you literally would not shut the fuck up. Every once in a while, I just got to say that. With that being said, if you would like to donate to the platform, we would definitely appreciate it. I will leave my I will leave my Venmo and my Cash App down in the comments. I will leave the link to the Great Escape down into the comments if you'd like to donate or participate with that. You all have a good day and think on what I said. It is the narcissist in us. It is that will not allow for us to allow marginalized communities to have discussions amongst one another. As marginalized communities, we are all entitled to that, and we all deserve that as long as white supremacy exists, bigotry, and racism. We are entitled. Y'all have a good day. Do something nice for someone. I love y'all for real.